Thomas and friends, making tracks to great destinations.
Dear Christopher, here is your friend Thomas the Tank Engine. He wanted to come out of his station yard and see the world. These stories tell you how he did it. I hope you will like them because you helped me to make them. Your loving Daddy.
The island of Sodor is surrounded by beautiful blue sea. It has fields of green and sandy yellow beaches. There are rivers, streams, and lots of trees where the birds sing. There are windmills and a coal mine and docks where visitors to the island arrive. The island also has lots and lots of railway lines. Who's that puffing down the track? It's Thomas. Hello, Thomas. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the island of Sodor.
When pushing a tram engine while pulling a train. The island of Sodor had many visitors, and so Topple had to schedule more trains. Gordon, the big engine, had to work harder than ever before. Come on, he called to the coaches. Come on, come on, come on. The passengers rely on me to be on time. Whenever Gordon finished his one journey, it was time for his another one to begin. Never mind, he puffed. I like a long one to stretch my wheels. Even so, Sir Topple had decided that Gordon needs a rest. James shall do your work, he said kindly. James was delighted. He liked to show off his red paint and was determined to be fast as Gordon. After the run, James met up with Toby. You know, Toby, he boasted, I'm an important engine. Everyone knows it. I'm as regular as a clockwork. Never late, always on time. That's me. Says you, replied Toby. Just then, Sir Topham had arrived. Toby, your parts are worn, he said, so you must go to the works to get mended. Can I take Henrietta, sir? He asked. No, laughed Sir Topham. What will the passengers do without her? Toby headed to the works when he saw Percy taking on water. Don't worry, Toby, said Percy. I will take care of Henrietta for you until you get back. Thanks, Percy, said Toby. Soon Toby was out on the main line. He clanked as he trundled along. He's a little engine with small wheels. His tanks don't hold much water. He had come a long way and began to feel thirsty. In the distance was a signal. Good, he thought, and there's also a station up ahead. I can get a nice drink and a long rest until James passed. Toby was enjoying his drink until the signalman came up. He had never seen Toby before. Toby's driver tried to explain, but the new signalman wasn't listening. We must clear the line for James with the express. You'll have to get more water at the next station. Water, said Toby crossly, and he set off to find another water tower. Hurried and used a lot of water until his tanks were soon empty. Poor Toby was out of steam and was stranded on the main line. We must warn James, said Toby's fireman. Then Toby saw Percy and Henrietta. Please, said Toby's driver, take me back to the station. It's an emergency. Henrietta hated leaving Toby behind. Never mind, Henrietta, said Percy. You're taking a fireman to warn James, and that's a big help. Henrietta felt much better. At the station, James was feeling when he heard the news. I'm going to be late, he groaned. My fault, said the new signalman. I didn't understand about Toby. Now, James, said his driver, you'll have to push Toby the rest of the way. James was surprised. What, me? He snorted. Me? Push Toby and pull my train too? Ah! Grumbling dreadfully, James set off to find Toby. James finally made it on the main line and saw Toby up ahead. He came up behind Toby and gave him a bump. Get on, you! James had to work very hard. When he reached Napford, he felt exhausted. James's cheeks was redder as his paintwork. Some children were on the platform. They had seen everything. Cool, the express is late and it's got 2 engines. I think James couldn't pull it on his own, so Toby had to help him. Never mind, James, whispered Toby. They're always teasing. Ah, snorted James. My cheeks is redder as my paintwork. Toby had to laugh.
Here is Thomas, and here is Stanley. Stanley is the new engine on Sir Topham Hatt's railway. Stanley and Thomas have some things that are the same. They are both tank engines. They both have 6 wheels. And they both want Sir Topham Hatt to be very proud of them. But they have some things that are not the same. Can you spot 3 things that are different between Thomas and Stanley? Have a look at their paintwork. Are they the same color? Thomas is blue and Stanley is grey. That's right, Thomas and Stanley are different colors. What else can you spot that's not the same about the 2 engines? Look carefully. On the side of Thomas, there is a number. What number is that? That's right, it's the number 1. Does Stanley have a number on his side? No, he doesn't. He has his name painted on his side, Stanley. That's something else that's different. Now, there's one more thing to spot that's different between Thomas and Stanley. Have a look at the shape of their faces. Thomas's face is shaped like a circle. Is Stanley's face shaped like a circle? No. What shape is Stanley's face? Stanley's face is shaped like an arch. Thomas and Stanley have different shaped faces. Well done! You have spotted 3 differences between Thomas and Stanley. Now they are ready for work and ready to be really useful engines. Good luck, Stanley, and good luck, Thomas.
Emily must go to Kronk Station, but she has never been there before. Thomas tells her about all the wonderful things she's going to see. First of all, said Thomas, you go through Knapford Station. Then you puff past the old lighthouse and cross over the iron bridge. I wonder if Emily can remember all those places. Through Knapford Station, past the lighthouse, over the iron bridge. Then Thomas tells Emily about even more places. You chuff up Gordon's Hill, into the castle tunnel, puff past the church, and steam through the Green Valley. Then you arrive at Kronk Station. Emily is ready to leave. Can you remember where she is going? First, Emily steams through Knapford Station. Then she passes the old lighthouse. Was it over or under the iron bridge? That's right, over the iron bridge. Then she puffs up Gordon's Hill. Then into the castle tunnel. Where is it next? Past the church. Yes, that's right. Then Emily goes through the valley and arrives at Kronk Station. Did you remember all those places Emily passed? Emily did. Well done, Emily. And well done, Thomas. Thomas's whistle is broken. Which new whistle should Thomas choose? That doesn't sound like an engine whistle. Try another whistle, Thomas. Does that sound like an engine whistle? Let's listen again. That doesn't sound like an engine whistle either. There's one more whistle left. I wonder what this one sounds like. That sounds like a very good engine whistle. Well done, Thomas. The island of Sodor is a wonderful place. Thomas enjoys puffing all over the island. There are lots of special places to visit. Where's this? That's right. It's the quarry. The quarry is a very important place. Engines come and go, pushing and pulling freight cars loaded with heavy slate and stone. The quarry is also where steamies and diesels can work together, which isn't always easy. One day, Percy brought freight cars to the quarry. He peeped his whistle to tell Harry and Bert he was there. They thought it was a silly sound. Percy was very upset. He thought his whistle was better than a nasty horn. Later, Percy returned to the quarry. This time, Percy blew his whistle with all his puff and power. Harry and Bert nearly jumped out of their engines. Another day, Thomas and Percy were trying to stay especially clean. The railway inspector was going to give a prize to the cleanest engine. Thomas and Percy wanted to win. Suddenly, there was a rumble and a tumble. Thomas was covered from footplate to fender in quarry dust. But Thomas wasn't worried. Soon I'll be as clean as any engine, he tooted. And soon he was. There are two other engines who work at the quarry a lot, and they are Mavis and Diesel. One day, Thomas arrived to help them. Diesel thought this was a wonderful chance to tease Thomas. First, Diesel shunted Thomas under the hopper. Diesel laughed until his wheels wobbled. Then, when Thomas let off steam, Diesel called him a stinky steamy. Diesel was having lots of fun. Salty brought new fuel for all the diesels. Mavis and Diesel both started to cough and splutter. The new diesel oil had water in it. Diesel wasn't having fun anymore. Then Thomas came to the rescue. He arrived with new diesel oil. Soon, Mavis and Diesel's engines were humming again. "Thank you, Thomas," said Mavis. "You are a very good friend." And even Diesel had to agree. So that's why the quarry is very special for Mavis and Diesel. There are so many special places on the island of Sodor. Next time, Thomas will show us somewhere else. Thomas is a hard-working steam engine. Steam engines make lots of different sounds. And the sounds sound different in different places. Thomas's whistle sounds like this in the countryside. But what happens when he's in the quarry? The sound of Thomas's whistle has changed. Thomas's whistle echoes. Thomas wonders which of his other sounds change. What about Thomas's brakes? In the countryside, Thomas's brakes sound like this. But what happens when he's in the quarry? The sound of Thomas's brakes has changed again. Thomas's brakes echo. What about Thomas's wheels? In the countryside, Thomas's wheels make a clickety-clack sound on the track. What happens when he's in the quarry? The sound of Thomas's wheels has changed again. Thomas's wheels echo. Thomas is only one engine, but he can make a lot of different sounds.